All aboard the Oppenheimer hype train. I will be your conductor this evening, the Jay Shrey way, your rightful Cillian Murphy stan and Christopher Nolan lover. I really hope you loved that intro. If you follow any of my videos, you know I love Christopher Nolan. He is what got me on this platform doing these videos. I mean, his movies opened my eyes deeper into the idea of film, and Cillian Murphy is my favorite actor working. He's been that way for a while, ever since I started Peaky Blinders, and I think anybody who's seen that show knows what that guy is capable of. And I'm starting to feel the hype. I mean, that's why I started that intro out, the hype train, man. This movie is coming out in July. Nolan usually likes to drop his movies in the summer, and it's been a countdown since last summer. Literally, they have that first teaser trailer on Universal's YouTube page. It's been on a live loop for over a year now, or close to a year, and I got a reaction to that. I did a short for it. I'll link somewhere in the video, along with the second trailer. Cillian finally got the leading role in a Nolan movie, alongside Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Rami Malek, Emily Blunt. So many heavy hitters, and to see him on the poster boy, it's just really satisfying as a fan of him. The Oscar season usually is around the end of the year, but that's kind of changed, especially last year with Everything Everywhere coming out in April and sweeping. So this is coming out in July, but there's already talk, dude. I mean, people can say whatever they want on the internet, but I think we all just feel it. We know what they're going to do with this. They're going to drop a bomb on cinema, literally. And also, I want some credit, because this is the first time ever since I've been doing YouTube that I walked out of a theater when they played this trailer before Guardians Friday night. I actually ran out to avoid seeing it. I'm ready, man. And to further prove my excitement for this film, look at the lock screen. I'm not kidding around, dude. Wait. One more thing. As your rightful leader of the Cillian Murphy stands, I gotta dress appropriately. Oppenheimer trailer 2 by order of the Peaky fucking Blinders. I'm not ready. That's that noise from the first trailer.
This is a national emergency.
Detonator charge.
It's already tense. It's already tense. Whoa, okay. These visuals. Right off the bat, you gotta let them know who it is. That was the shot from the teaser. There's Rami Malek right there in the corner.
If the Nazis have a bomb.
Wow.
I have a 12-month head start.
18.
How could you possibly know that?
I can't wait for these scenes, man, just to hear them
All Americans
talk and act together.
and scientific innovation connected here. A secret laboratory.
I love the accent.
Keep everyone there until it's done.
Sounds very intelligent.
Let's go recruit some scientists.
Build a
Some
town,
X-Files
build it
looking
fast.
shot.
If we don't let scientists bring their families, we'll never get the best.
Why would we
I think
go to the
Emily's
middle of
playing his
nowhere
wife.
for who knows how long?
Man,
Why?
Matt Damon's in
Why?
this a lot.
How about because this is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world?
That's
You're a great
Einstein.
improviser, but this you can't do in your head.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Yep.
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want from theory alone?
Zero. Would be nice.
He's so good at playing a cocky, narcissistic guy.
This is a matter of life and death. But I can perform this miracle.
World War II would be over. Our boys would come home.
That's happening, isn't it?
The world will remember this day. Our work here will ensure a peace
Man, the
mankind has
score.
never seen.
Ludwig's killing it again.
Until somebody builds a bigger one.
It's Benny Safdie.
You are the men who gave them the power to destroy themselves. And the world is not prepared.
Ooh.
8, 7,
This is sick, dude.
5, 4,
It was really...
3,
Truman needs to know what's next.
2,
What's next?
1.
Oh, man, that was so well cut. Yeah, Oscar incoming. Cillian Murphy, Christopher Nolan. both of them might get it. One of them, I think, is for sure going to get an Oscar for this. This is definitely Nolan's most like grounded and focused looking film. I would say this is definitely not one of his best trailers, though. This has such a different feel than the last trailer. The last one was really edited, and the music over top of it just gave it this graceful, inspirational feeling almost. It was very strange because I was under the impression like this is not like a glorification type of story, and that's why I think Cillian's so good for it, because if you've seen Peaky Blinders, you know he can play characters holding so much guilt really well, and people that like really like walk on a fine line of like almost an anti-hero of like good and bad, but somebody you really want to listen to and get behind, and he does that amazing as Thomas Shelby. And this seems like a very similar thing. Like this guy's looked at as a villain and an enemy to people out there, but also you got to commend his mind. Like he is very smart for what he's done. But I'm coming into this very cold. I don't know a lot of the real story. And once I heard they were making this movie, and as you saw how much I'm anticipating it, I kind of just never wanted to look deeper. And I know there's a book, American Prometheus, and I've seen people say it's like a really good book. So if they just make that script kind of follow the book, and the book's as good as people say, then the script might be very captivating. But right now, that is definitely my least favorite trailer of the... there's actually 4. There was the teaser that played out like kind of horrific. It's only like a minute long, and it's a lot of the black and white shots in that teaser. And it had this like wrong feel to it, like we're in just like a fly on the wall of something very disgusting. And it almost felt like Nolan was dipping his toes in horror, and he says he's a fan of horror and he would like to try that one day. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some type of horror sequences in this. I mean, I know somewhat a little bit about Oppenheimer, and I know he is pretty psychologically messed up from all this. So I'm wondering if we're going to get some psychological horror, because I think that's the scariest stuff out there. I mean, there's a lot of scary things in film, but movies like Hereditary and Us, there's a psychological element that makes them scary. There was another trailer that dropped last December that you can only find on like Line, and it gets taken down a lot. It was leaked, but they played it in front of Avatar, but it's not the official trailer that you can find online. So now we got 4, but I think that's the best trailer. If you can find it, I'm not going to link it anywhere because I'll get in trouble for it. But yeah, that one's really well done. It's a mix of everything I just said. You're just watching things like play out, and you're like, who's this? Who's this? What's going on? What are they talking about? Nolan does that a lot in his movies where people are just talking and walking, and you kind of have to figure it out. But his style is what makes it so digestible and so unique and makes it good, makes the whole package really good. Because Tenet, there's a lot of talking and people got annoyed by that, and there's a lot of sounds over top of the audio to where people said you can't understand what they say. And I felt that a lot in The Dark Knight Rises, especially with Bane. But that's intentional. Nolan likes to do that because he likes to make you feel like you're in that scene with the character and you're hearing it how they would hear it. So I've always thought that's a cool approach, but he's definitely criticized for it. But I think Nolan's one of those, a lot of directors have an ego. Nolan's very good at keeping his ego kind of hidden, but he definitely likes to show more than, like, he likes to show and tell, but he doesn't listen to anybody. He's created his own style that nobody can replicate. All his movies are really, really fantastic. I'm wondering how this will rank amongst the others, because I love all of them, and I get something more every time I rewatch them. I mean, Inception, man, I think that's one of the most important sci-fi action. Well, it's more action. It's really on the surface like a James Bond in a different world type of film. You can tell there's a lot of inspiration by old spy movies. Same with Tenet, and then Interstellar is like one of the best sci-fi movies. You either love that movie to death or you just think it's stupid. Some people hate it, but as a Nolan fan, I was very, very captivated by that one. But yeah, man, all his teasers and trailers are always so good. I mean, if you really don't remember how good Inception was, just watch this. I know this is very unorthodox, but dude, this is one of the greatest teasers ever made. I watch it all the time. Every time I watch the movie, I watch the trailers with it. But it's just a minute long. That's all you gotta say. Director of The Dark Knight. Mic drop right there. You could end the trailer. But yeah, this was before anybody knew what this movie was. It's the first thing we ever saw. Leo DiCaprio, are you kidding me? The glass, oh my god, so many iconic shots and scenes from this movie. Look at the coloring in it, dude. So I'm saying his trailers just hit. This is whenever I was in the theater, like, what the hell is this? When I saw that, and that's still one of my favorite scenes in cinema history, was JGL in that hallway. That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the GOAT, you know? Yeah, guys, I just have a good feeling for sure. This movie was tailor-made for me. I can't wait. I hope you've enjoyed watching me just gush over this, because I'm going in open-minded. I'm about to sit my ass in there for 3 hours and watch people talk about a bomb, and it's just going to be a lot of awesome actors, and I don't like history, so this movie might not get me, but I know it will, because the talent involved, you can't just make something like this and it just fall flat. I think we really don't know what it's going to be yet until we sit in there, and Nolan does good at that. Like, nobody could have judged from that Inception teaser what it was actually going to be, and as long as it would be talked about, because people still worship that movie, me included. I have to say, though, Nolan's one weak film for me. I don't think it's a bad film. I just think compared to his others, it just doesn't really stand out. Was Dunkirk, which was awesome. Harry Styles is in there. That was a big selling point for a lot of people. Cillian was so good as the Shivering Soldier, which was his credited name in the movie, which is, I love when they do that, when they don't even tell you a character's name. But yeah, he was a standout in that. The movie shot beautifully. It was Hoyt that did the cinematography, and he also did Interstellar, I think, and Tenet. Yeah, so yeah, there's been a few now, and he's going to do this one. It used to be Wally Pfister, who did the cinematography for my all-time favorite movie, The Dark Knight, but they parted ways. Same with Hans Zimmer. They were known as such an incredible team, and they kind of parted ways after Interstellar. I believe that was the last movie Hans scored. He might have done Dunkirk. I don't believe he did. No, I think maybe Hans Zimmer did do Dunkirk. That's worth a Google after the video. I'm geeking out over here, man. This movie's going to be sick. But yeah, Ludwig killed it in Tenet. That's one of Nolan's best scores, in my opinion. And he did, and he's doing this one. He's doing Oppenheimer. There was rumors this movie was going to premiere at Cannes Film Festival, but then there was rumors that it's not. So I don't know, but that's later this month. So we might get early feedback of it if they actually go through with that. But my goal on YouTube, and anybody that's a fan of me out there, anybody watching, anybody who's got some connects, you see this boy right here, how much he loves this stuff, how giddy I am. But, well, I'm not a boy anymore, but I come off with like childlike glee over this stuff, even though it's dark, Oppenheimer, this crazy story, but it's Nolan. It's an event when he makes a movie, and if this movie premieres in New York, I would definitely be able to make it. And I've never really done anything crazy like that. I don't have press access. But my biggest dream would be to make it to the Oppenheimer premiere. And this is a plea, a beg, whatever you want to call it. Just a simple effort, SOS, to all the internet out there. The internet can do some good sometimes. So anybody out there that has a Universal Connect, knows Robert Downey Jr., knows their family, I don't know, Matt Damon, I heard he walks around New York sometimes. Just see if you can put in a good word for me. And if I could make it into this premiere as a fan and maybe go to the after party, my life would be forever changed. Just sit with it and think about it. Any more Oppenheimer news we get, I will be covering. I've been making shorts about the little bit of news we've gotten. I mean, they've really not been marketing it too much, but I think we're about to kick into some more TV spots and stuff as we get closer to July. So anything Oppenheimer, I'm covering it. Cillian Murphy sneezes, I'm covering it. Don't worry. I'm very excited for this film. Comment your thoughts below. Do you think Nolan's about to hit the pinnacle of his filmmaking career, or do you think this one might be a flop for him? What do you think? It's going up against Barbie, and that's all anybody seems to want to talk about when they bring up Oppenheimer. It's any press is good press, but that's been the main thing for a year now is Oppenheimer versus Barbie. So I'm excited though, man. I mean, Ryan Gosling is my second favorite actor behind Cillian, so this day is overwhelming for me thinking about July 21st. But I have to see this one first. Which one will you be seeing first? Even if you do a double feature, you got to pick one. So comment below, let me know your thoughts. And if you're feeling generous, give me a thumbs up and subscribe on the way out to the Jay Shrey Way. See you next time.